Today we're going to be learning integers and graphing the numbers on a number line. So I want you to remember that the left side is all negative numbers and the right side is positive numbers of the left side of the 0 and the right side of the 0. All right, so these are some vocabulary words. I do want you to write this on your guided notes, so please write that down. So integers, they are positive whole numbers, they're negative whole numbers, and 0. So all these numbers are integers. You have negative integers. So the negative integers are any whole number written with a negative sign. So like -6. So anything that is left of the 0 and it's a whole number. Then you have positive integers, and positive integers are any whole number greater than 0. So for example, 7, and these are all examples of whole numbers. So we're going to graph the integer for each situation and scale the graph correctly. And scaling just means that you're skip counting by the same number, okay? So we have, for example, a 10-yard loss, and the integer, we have to find the integer and graph. All right, so let's figure out if it is a positive or a negative number. So look at the words. It says a 10-yard loss. What does loss mean? Is that a positive or a negative number? Well, loss you're taking away, so that would be a negative number. So I'm going to put my negative here for my integer, and then I use my number, so it would be -10. To graph, I like to put -10 here. You can skip count by ones, you can skip count by twos, right? Just remember that this is less, and this is the greater or more negative. So I'm going to get more negative as I go this way. So I'm just going to count by ones this time. So -11, -12, that's a horrible 12, -13, -14, and -15. Then this would be -9, -8, -7, -6. I have to graph this. I did put the I have to graph the -10. I did put it on here, but you have to show it with a point. So then I put a circle and a dot basically on the -10. Let's go to the next problem. We have example 2. So same thing, we need to graph and scale it correctly. So for example 2, we have 4 inches of rain above normal. So above, what type of word is that? So you're looking for the words that tell us if it's positive or negative. In this case, above would be positive. So I'm going to use this number here, so it would just be positive 4. We don't need to put the positive before that. And then we're going to go ahead and graph. So I'm going to put my 4 kind of in the center. I'm going to skip count by twos, right? So this is more positive up here, and this is more negative or less, right? So I'm going to skip count by twos just to scale it, right? So I have 4, 6, 8, 10. That's good for me. And then 2, 0, -2, right? See how the distance between these two are always 2. Now I have to graph 4, right? So I'm going to go ahead and put a dot on 4. Okay? I didn't have to skip count by twos, but I did. Let's go to the next problem. Now we're going to graph each integer for each situation and label the missing numbers on the number line. For example, I have $48 deposit into a savings account. I need to write the integer. A deposit means that you're putting money in, so this would be a positive, right? You're putting money into the bank, so that means that you're gaining money, right? So it is a positive 48. So here I need to look at my line and figure out what can I put in the squares here. So what is it counting by? So it's counting by tens, right? 10, so it's adding 10 each time. So then here I have to add 10, so this would be -40, -30, -20, and then I get -10. So we're good there. So I got to put 48 on the number line. So I got to look here. Oh no, I didn't put 48, right? So I'm going to have to put the 50 here. And we're just going to extend this line right there like that. So that's 48. All right. So let's go to the next one. All right, this is our last question. So graph -4, 2, -1, and -5. And we're going to scale the number line correctly. All right, so I see that I have some positives and I have some negatives. I have more negatives than positives, right? So like my negative is -5 here, and the highest positive I have 2. So I just need to make sure that I have 2 here. So I'm gonna put my 0 up here, and this is 1, 2. Now I need to remember this is more negative, so I go 0, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7. Now I'm going to put each point on there. So let's go ahead and graph -4. I put a point here on -4. I'm going to do 2. So 2 will be up here, +2. And I just put a dot everywhere. I did green already, so let's go ahead and do blue. So -1 would be right here. And we'll do red for -5. And -5 is done there. All right, that's it. Good luck on your lessons and working on graphing negative and positive numbers.